The Galactic Combat Academy had seen thousands of species pass through its reinforced corridors, but humans always drew attention. Emery stood in the sparring arena, her slight frame dwarfed by the towering Crithian warrior before her, a creature of chitin and muscle that had evolved on a world with 3 times Earth's gravity. Another human? The instructor, a seasoned Vexorian with 4 arms, clicked his mandibles in what might have been amusement. Cadet Emery, you are aware that this is advanced close combat? Your species lacks natural weaponry. No claws, no venom, no exoskeleton. Perhaps you would be better suited to the tactical simulation courses. Emery's jaw tightened. She'd heard variations of this speech since arriving at the academy 6 months ago. Calvin, her human classmate, had faced the same dismissal until he'd outran a Selkari speedster in the endurance trials. Humans, the galaxy had decided, were soft things. Clever, perhaps, but physically unremarkable. With respect, Instructor Vex, I'd like to continue, Emery said. The Crithian opponent, a cadet named Thorax, released a grinding laugh. The little mammal has courage. I will try not to break her too badly. The arena's safety fields hummed to life, a shimmering barrier designed to prevent fatal injuries while allowing sufficient force to simulate real combat. Around the circular pit, dozens of cadets from across known space watched with varying degrees of interest. Calvin stood at the front, his arms crossed, a slight smile playing at his lips. He'd seen Emery train in private. Begin! Instructor Vex's voice echoed through the chamber. Thorax charged immediately, his massive bulk moving with surprising speed. Emery sidestepped, but barely. The displacement of air from his passing nearly knocked her off balance. The Crithian's natural armor made him nearly impervious to conventional strikes. His species had evolved as apex predators, and it showed in every movement. Emery retreated, her eyes scanning the arena. It was deliberately sparse. The Academy believed that true warriors needed no tools beyond their own bodies. There were only the standard-issue combat stations, reinforced desks for reviewing tactical data, built to withstand the strength of species far more powerful than humans. Thorax lunged again, and this time Emery wasn't fast enough. His arm caught her shoulder, sending her sprawling across the floor. Pain flared through her body, but she rolled with the impact, coming up near one of the desks. "Is this the human resilience we've heard so much about?" Thorax taunted. "You cannot harm me, mammal. You have no weapons." Emery's hand touched the desk, a slab of compressed durasteel alloy designed to withstand a Crithian's frustrated punch or a Gravnak's irritated slam. It was bolted to the floor, immovable, a permanent fixture of the arena. The desk weighed nearly 300 kilograms. She grabbed the edge. The first bolt groaned. "What is she—" Instructor Vex started. Emery's muscles screamed as she pulled. Humans, the galaxy had concluded, were weak. They'd never bothered to check what weak meant on a planet with standard gravity, oxygen-rich atmosphere, and predators that had forced mankind to become endurance hunters, problem solvers, and most importantly, tool users. The second bolt snapped. Thorax charged again, recognizing threat even if he didn't understand it yet. But Emery's ancestors had wrestled mammoths, built pyramids, and forged empires with nothing but persistence and leverage. The human body, optimized not for any single task but for adaptability, could push beyond what should be possible when desperation demanded it. The third bolt sheared off, and Emery lifted. The desk came free from the floor with a metallic shriek. 300 kilograms of durasteel alloy, and Emery held it, not easily, not gracefully, but with the raw determination that had carried humanity from caves to stars. Her legs shook, her arms burned, but she pivoted. Thorax's eyes widened, all 6 of them, as Emery swung the desk like a massive club. The impact sent the Crithian flying across the arena. He hit the safety barrier with a flash of energy and crumpled to the ground, conscious but completely stunned. The desk clanged to the floor, and Emery stood over it, breathing hard, her entire body trembling from the exertion. The arena was silent. "Impossible," someone whispered. "The structural requirements of that desk, even a Gravnak would struggle to—" "She's human," Calvin said quietly, but his voice carried. "We don't have claws or armor or venom, but we have something else." He looked at Instructor Vex. "We make weapons, from rocks, from sticks, from anything we can reach. It's what we do." Instructor Vex approached the desk, running his claws over the torn bolts. This was secured with grade 7 fasteners, designed to withstand 15,000 newtons of force. "Adrenaline," Emery managed between breaths. "Humans have a stress response. Our bodies temporarily override safety limiters. We get stronger when we need to survive." "Temporarily insane, you mean?" a Vexorian cadet muttered. "That too," Calvin admitted with a grin. Thorax was climbing to his feet, assisted by medical drones. He looked at Emery with something new in his multifaceted eyes. Respect, perhaps, or possibly fear. "The mammal fights without honor," he said, but there was no malice in it. "She fights to win." "That's the point," Emery replied. She looked around at the assembled cadets, at the species who had dismissed humanity as soft and weak. "You evolved weapons. We evolved to make them. Give a human an empty room, and they'll find a way to turn it into an armory." Instructor Vex's mandibles clicked rapidly, his species equivalent of laughter. "Very well, Cadet Emery. You have proven your point." He gestured to the other combat stations throughout the arena. "Though I should note that maintenance will not be pleased about the desk. Those are expensive." "Send the bill to Earth," Calvin suggested. "We're good for it." As the other cadets dispersed, talking in hushed tones about what they'd witnessed, Emery finally allowed herself to slump against the wall. Every muscle in her body felt like it had been through a grinding mill. Calvin offered her a hand up. "Show off," he said affectionately. "Had to make a point," Emery replied. "For all of us." Because that was the truth of it. Humanity had reached the stars not through natural advantage, but through stubborn refusal to accept limitations. They lacked the physical gifts of other species, but they possessed something perhaps more dangerous: the ability to see a tool in everything and the determination to use it. The Academy had called her unarmed. They'd learned their mistake. Humans were never unarmed. They just hadn't found their weapon yet.